Thanks for listening to the GOSH podcast. GOSH stands for the Gynecologic Oncology Sharing Hub, an open space for real and evidence-based discussions on gynecologic cancers. We'll share the stories of gynae cancer patients and survivors and hear from researchers and clinicians who are working behind the scenes to improve the lives of people with gynecologic cancers. Our podcast is produced and recorded on the traditional unceded territories of the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh nations. It is produced by the Gynecologic Cancer Initiative, a province-wide initiative in British Columbia with the mission to accelerate transformative research and translational practice on the prevention, detection, treatment, and survivorship of gynecologic cancers.
Hi, I'm Nicole Kay.
And I'm Stephanie Lamb.
And you're listening to the GOSH podcast.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the GOSH podcast. Today we're interviewing students of seed2STEM program. seed2STEM program is a Vancouver and Okanagan based program. It's a paid internships in science, in the field of science for Indigenous Youth, for high school students and for undergraduate students too. So today we're interviewing Shana George. She is one of the seed2STEM students. So Shana, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling tired, but I'm also really happy because all the posters are done, and then the poster session's on Friday, and I'm excited for that because we get to see all the students.
So how did seed2STEM affected your career choices, if it did at all?
Like when I was in high school, I really wanted to be a doctor, but I really am enjoying research. Like just being able to help people, but also like being a doctor is still in my mind. But I've really been enjoying research.
You could do both.
Yeah, I could do an MD PhD.
Yeah, so there's a thing like that if you're really feeling it. So, would you do this program again?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, I mean, you've been doing it for 5 years, and I think,
I would for sure do it in Huntsman lab.
Shana and I work in the David Huntsman's lab.
It's really cool. Because I thought it was so cool that he was the person who identified that there's 5 different subtypes of ovarian cancer.
Yeah.
And it's in the medical textbooks, which is really cool.
Yeah, people learn it in med school. Yeah.
And my friends, like when I told them I was going to be working here, because they worked here for like a year or something, I think, in the Terry Fox lab. And they're like, oh, David Huntsman's a really big name. I was like, oh wow, I didn't really...
Right, yeah. He is in gynae cancer space and ovarian cancer space, yes. The lab is really multifaceted. We have a different, like, researchers. You probably heard from you will be hearing from other students too. The lab and the cluster actually focuses on different parts of on the journey of like translational research, clinical trials, quality of life improvement research. So there is a lot of things, a lot of things to do, in here. So
for sure.
And I think that would be our last question. What advice would you give to the future students? You are the most, I think, experienced, one of the most, the longest students here. So
I think for students who are coming back to, if you like want to try new labs, that's okay, because it's like you're also like expanding your network. And it's okay to try new things. And even if like you're scared, it's okay. Because I went into this lab, I was like, oh my gosh, like I've never done any, like I haven't done tissue culture or anything. I was like really scared to go into that because I know how like delicate it is. So I thought it was like, but then I enjoyed it the entire time. So that's for students coming back. And then for new students, to try to like ask questions a lot, and expand your network, because it's like I think it's really valuable to like know all these people, like, especially like when you go later on in your career, because you'll have all these connections with all these intelligent really nice and smart people. Yeah.
It also would look on your resume.
Oh yeah.
Look good.
I-
And you get paid.
Yeah, you get paid. And
It's really nice, yeah.
yeah, this is like the only place I've ever worked, like for this program. Like I also worked in admin for a bit,
Yeah.
so yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
been
great.
good.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Shana. That was
Thank
really
you.
interesting, and it's really nice to hear the first-hand experience. And you will be the one who will be interviewing the next students. So yeah, we'll hear more from Shana afterwards. Bye.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Shana, and this is the Gosh podcast. So, what's your name?
Caty.
So, what year of high school are you in?
I just graduated.
Oh yeah, are you excited?
I am, yeah.
Do you plan on going in post-secondary?
I'm going to Douglas College next year.
Oh wow, nice. So, how do you feel about your poster presentation?
I feel a little nervous. Generally, like I know what I'm doing. Yeah, I feel like I learned a lot, and I'm excited to share what I've learned.
Yeah, sure. So, how did you hear about the seed2STEM program?
One of the Indigenous education teachers at my school came and brought an application for it to one of my classes and encouraged me to join.
Oh yeah, that's really good. So, this is your first time doing the program?
Yes, it is.
What made you decide to join the program?
I think I liked that it was trying to make science more accessible, because I've always liked science, but I haven't done well in science classes, and I liked, that it was an opportunity to learn more about science that I wasn't being graded on, and also that I was getting paid for. I thought that was cool.
Yeah, for sure. What did you expect when you joined this program?
I kind of expected it to be more stressful because I thought that it was like a really good opportunity, and I thought that I would be expected to know more than I did and to do more than I'd be able to do, and that was not the case.
Yeah, for sure. What activities and field trips did you find most interesting?
I really liked being able to tour the hospital and kind of see how things worked.
I thought the hospital was really cool too.
Yeah.
It was cool to see how it how it all worked out in the screening rooms and the post-op rooms.
Yeah.
So what lab did you work in?
I worked in Hanley's lab, which is all of care. So.
What was your project about?
My project was about maternal autoimmune diseases and offspring neurodevelopmental outcomes. It was part of Amanda Nitschke's PhD thesis, so basically she's performing a literature review to find gaps in research in that area, and I was reading some of that research and formatting the data for her.
Oh yeah. So what were your responsibilities for your project?
Amanda would send me a list of articles to read, and I would go through them and find out, who wrote them, how many participants were in the studies, what the boundaries of the studies were, and what the findings were basically. So just kind of a lot of sitting at computers and sorting data, which is the kind of stuff I enjoy. So.
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially learning how to read research papers.
Yeah.
Is really useful too. So, what was your favorite part about the program?
I think just getting the opportunity to kind of follow my curiosity when it came to science. I think just because of the nature of what my job was, it was fairly self-directed, and it was nice to be able to just have questions and have resources to figure them out for myself, or to ask people about them, and to just kind of organically learn more about science, and particularly medical science, which isn't something that I thought that I would have been interested in.
Yeah, how do you think the seed2STEM program affected your career choices, if it did?
I mean, I don't know if I'm like gonna go to medical school and become a doctor, but I do feel like I know a lot more than I did before, and I'm interested in medical science a lot more than I was before. And so, I'm young. I don't know where I'm gonna end up, but that's kind of a door that I didn't even know was there that now is like open a crack.
Yeah, it's really good that the seed2STEM program does that for a lot of people who are just like in high school or just graduating. It's a really good opportunity. Fine. Would you do this program again? Why or why not?
I think I would, because it's been a lot of fun, and it's been very opening and welcoming, and it just feels like everybody wants you to be there and wants you to have something valuable that you take away from it. And I think it's a program where they don't make you feel like you're a kid, like you don't, a lot of things coming out of high school, people just kind of expect you to be stupid, and I don't think that's the case. I think there's a lot of respect, and everybody just kind of wants to give you the best they can.
Yeah, for sure. What advice do you have for future students?
Do seed2STEM. Do it. Give it a go.
Do it. Yeah. Thank you for listening. Hi, I'm Shana, and this is the Gosh podcast. What's your name?
I'm Catalina.
How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling pretty good.
That's good. What year of high school are you in?
I'm in grade 10, going into 11.
That's exciting. So how did you hear about the seed2STEM program?
I heard about it through my Indigenous Youth worker counselor, and she just thought I'd be a good fit.
Oh yeah, that's good. I meant, that's how I found out about this program too. Is it your first time doing the program?
Yep.
What made you decide to join the program?
Getting paid, and I thought it was a good first kind of work experience.
Yeah, for sure, yeah. What did you expect when you joined the program?
I didn't really expect anything. I went into it kind of blind, just knowing I'd be doing some sciencey stuff during the summer.
Oh yeah. What activities and field trips did you find most interesting?
I found it interesting when we went to the biomedical museum.
Biodiversity?
Yeah,
the one
yeah,
with
yeah.
the whale?
Yeah, that
Yeah,
one. Yeah, I found it interesting because there were so many artifacts. There was something that anyone could like there.
Yeah,
It's
for
pretty cool.
sure, it was really cool. I've been there one other time before, but it's just such a cool museum to
Yeah.
go to. So what lab did you work in?
The OV care lab. And in that lab, I researched ovarian cancer and opportunistic I still don't know how to say it. But that's where you take out one or both of the fallopian tubes to reduce the risk of ovarian cancer.
Oh yeah. So how do you feel about your poster presentation?
I feel okay about it. I'm just more worried about blanking out during the presentation.
Yeah, it's all good. It's for practice, then it's good experience to be able to present in front of people, and it's really good. It's good for post-secondary too, or even just the real world, just being able to talk for yourself. What were your responsibilities for the project?
I had to make to-do lists on what I'm gonna do on a daily basis. Go through articles and what they're cited by, their references, and all of that to find which countries are going to do opportunistic but it was the same every day. Just read articles, go through them all.
Oh yeah, I did that too. It is really good to learn how to read articles though. It's just especially within the STEM career too. It's you will be able to say your sources and learn how to read articles. So yeah. So what was your favorite part about the program?
To designing the poster,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, for sure. How did the seed2STEM program affect your choices, if it did? I mean, career choices.
I thought before I couldn't just sit in an office and like do all the officey stuff, but it made me realize that I could. Just it depends on what I'm doing.
Oh yeah. Would you do this program again? Why or why not?
I would, because you get paid and you learn a lot. Like a lot. I didn't expect to be able to talk about stuff like a nerd. Yeah, I would recommend it to a lot of people.
What do you think your favorite thing you learned was?
Just overall how ovarian cancer starts.
Yeah, for sure. It's really cool.
Yeah.
But it's also like really sad. But
Yeah.
I just think it's like so amazing that like things like this, like we're working towards a cure. What advice do you have for future students?
Have a set to-do list, like a schedule every day so you know what you're doing. If not, it could be super unorganized and you just go in and just sit there and you're like, what do I do? Nobody's gonna tell you what you have to do.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, thank you.
Thanks for joining us on the Gosh podcast. To learn more about the Gynecologic Cancer Initiative and our podcast, make sure to check out our website at gynecancerinitiative.ca.